Were the smugglers forced to go north because of the crackdown in the south? And what are Canadians going to do about this?
Well, we're just going to have to wait and see, Varney. But look, the reality is these drug smuggling organizations, the criminal cartels, they'll develop any way they can. They're not going to go away. They've made billions and billions of dollars. They've had it easy under the Biden administration. And obviously now the long arm of the law is catching up to them. But they're not going to go away. They're not going to give up easy. So they're going to continue to look at different methods in order to bring things across and continue to make money.
Well, what are we going to do about it? If these apps are functioning, can't we go after it?
No, definitely. I think it's going to take a lot of intel, a lot of other law enforcement agencies to get involved and start finding out, how you can put a crackdown on it. And at the same time, when you start grabbing these individuals coming into the country, you got to start, truly going after them and being able to prosecute them. At the same time, you got to start doing some southbound operations, or I should say outbound operations, right? Because it could be going out the northern border as well, and start hitting them in their pocketbooks. Because if drugs and criminal aliens are coming into the country, money's going out. You got to figure out how that money's going out at the same time.
Well, are we doing that? Are we checking on the money that's flowing out and grabbing it? Do you know for a fact that we're doing that?
Look, I know there's been some operations that they've talked about. That falls more on the the individuals within the port of entry. And I think with Tom Homan at the helm, there's been discussion that are being had. Tom Homan's a smart individual. He's looking at every single angle and anything he can do to crack down against these criminals. And it's been noticeable. Look, the numbers have been down tremendously. That is a direct effect of what he's been doing and working with other agencies at the same time. It's also the deterrent, because you have a lot of soldiers and military in a lot of parts of the border, but the job isn't complete. We have a lot of access to what's happening in Texas, but unfortunately there's other areas. I mean, there's Arizona, New Mexico, California, that let's just say their governors are less than helpful, and it makes the job a lot harder for those individuals that are working in those states.
I'm sure you saw this, Art, but the House just approved a bill making it a crime to run away from Border Patrol in a vehicle, for example. The bill was backed by, this is the point, bill was backed by dozens of Democrats. That's a breakthrough, isn't it? When the Democrats start supporting that kind of control measure, that's a good news. That's a breakthrough.
Yeah, it's a huge breakthrough. I think they're realizing that, they're at the point now where they're realizing that the drug cartels, they don't care what side of the aisle anyone's voting. They want to come into the country. They want to damage American lives. And a lot of these times, when we're talking about the TikTok and the recruitment, a lot of these cartels, they've recruited minors to go down to areas south of, near the border, so they can be the drivers. And they tell them, hey, if you drive away, nothing's going to happen to you because you're a minor. So this is a huge breakthrough moving forward.
And by the way, we just got some new numbers from the border. Only 29,000 migrant encounters in January. That's the lowest since May of 2020. Sure looks like the border's almost completely closed, Art. You've got to be happy about this.
No, everyone's really happy about it. But obviously, look, like I said, they will find methods to continue making money. This doesn't mean we stop. I buy car insurance not because I'm going to go out and play bumper cars. I buy it to make sure nothing happens. And I think we're in the same spot when it comes to our border. We got to keep reinforcing it. We got to keep, law enforcement in that area, because we don't want it to get worse.
Got it. Art Del Cueto, thanks for joining us this morning. Always appreciate it. We'll see you again real soon.